And with that, we are rolling. Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Weather's been kind of crazy here today. Hope it's all right for you. Thankfully, it seems to the most of it seems to have gone around me. Alright, so we are Luke now. It seems like we're getting it all tomorrow. They preemptively canceled school. Wow. I'm in class at my university. The tutor is late and we're all sitting waiting. I turn to my friend who sits behind me to make a joke about the tutor's car breaking down. But my friend isn't there. Instead, there is a giant cat. This is psychedelic. It looks like an elder. It bares its teeth at me and lets out a menacing low growl. Just as I'm about to scream, the tutor arrives. But it's Professor Popper? You look like you've seen a ghost, Luke. I'm trying to answer back to tell him to look behind me, but the words won't come out. I'm rigid with fear. Can't move, can't speak, can't scream. Everyone else is acting like things are normal. Can't they see it? I force myself to turn again and look at the terrifying cat, but it's not there. There's just an ordinary domestic cat, and everyone is laughing at me. Now I see everyone from the island. The Marigolds, Joe, Bob, Dane, Popper, all pointing and laughing. I jump out of my seat to leave, and I'm in bed, in my tent, sat bolt upright. I shouldn't have eaten cheese so close to bedtime. Look at this little face. Does eating cheese before bed cause bad dreams? I don't know. I know that I've heard that eating dairy before bed can cause issues, but I don't know if bad dreams. Can eating cheese before bed? If I just typed in "can eating cheese before," and the auto completion is cause nightmares and give you nightmares. Or that it at least gives you vivid dreams. Do hold your hand still, Luke. I can hardly see a thing with you shaking like that. I hold the binoculars stable in front of Floofy Butt's tiny cat face. He looks ridiculous. It's like you're not even trying, Luke. You're shaking like a leaf. My hands are totally steady, Major. Ever consider it was just be your eyes? It could just be your eyesight? I'll have you know, I have the keen eyes of a goat. Goats aren't exactly known for their vision, Major. That's just because the world is full of ignorami. Well, what can you see? I can only see a couple of Muellers, lazing about, of course, scratching at their fleas. Filthy things, I tell you. Aha! What? One of the bigger ones is emptying its bladder. That could mean that they do eat and drink on a regular schedule. And? If we were able to find out where their water supply is, we could lace it with a mild sedative and bring the incapacitated sample to the beach. And... Please don't finish that sentence. No cats will be harmed during this mission. Oh, please. The subject will not be harmed. Just slightly bewildered for a day or two. But why, Major? Well, to examine it for a start. Also, I would like to see how they react when one of theirs go missing for a change. Major, I only agreed to help you with this on the promise that you will not attempt to exact any kind of retribution on the elders. Examination is one thing, but if you can't keep your end of the deal, then I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to withdraw. I had heard that spicy food, your brain translates what's going on with the rest of your body into bad dreams. So if your stomach is in distress while you sleep, your brain will be in distress and generate vivid dreams. Interesting. Okay, I'll just observe. Little rain cloud. I replaced the binoculars in front of Floofybutt's keen goat eyes. Well. What do we have here? Found something? I do believe I have. There's a few elders here who seem to be meditating. Meditating? Are you sure they're not just sleeping? Take a look, will you? Tell me they aren't meditating. I adjust the binoculars to suit my eyes and am quite taken back by what I see. Floofybutt is right. The cats aren't sleeping. They are sitting in a circle around what is by far one of the stranger landmarks on the island. A large statue of Bastet. I've never had to actually pronounce that out loud. Bastet? Egyptian cat god. Professor Popper has always dodged my questions about what on earth the statue of the Egyptian cat goddess of war is doing on this island. I'm even more intrigued now. The cat seemed to be listening, or contemplating, or even meditating. Well, Major, I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation for their behavior. Cats often behave quite strangely, I've found. Well, there's strange, and then there's strange. And my experience teaches me that the type of strange that this class are affected with is beyond acceptable. I believe the only way to protect us all is total dissociation. Major, do you hear yourself? We're here practically trespassing on their territory so that you can spy on them while they're doing whatever it is they're doing, and you want dissociation from them? One must know one's enemy, Luke. How are they your enemy, Major? They've never done anything to you. Oh no. Those Muellers are wholly responsible for the problems on this cursed island. and it's about time they were held accountable. They are the carriers of the cat virus. If it weren't for them, you wouldn't be afflicted with the illness. Oh, is that so? Because I distinctly remember it was you lot who deliberately put me in danger in the first place. The others are cats. Just cats. Just cats, eh? Oh, I see. I realize what I've just said, and although I didn't intend it the way the Major has taken it, I can see how wounded he is. I feel conflicted. On the one hand, I want to take a stand against his bigotry. It is not helping our progress, and I believe it may end up ruining our friendship. On the other hand, I know he has a good heart. As Trixie says, he's just stuck in his ways, and it would be wrong of me to start pushing my views onto him. Perhaps I can lead by example and practice a little more tolerance myself. What do we do? Do we stand up for what we believe in, or be diplomatic and be quiet? I like the subtle meows in the background of this song. Maybe this one? Being diplomatic? Okay. Oh, come on, Major. I didn't mean it that way. You know I have the highest regard for all cats, and particularly you. And I for you, Luke. However, I must say I find it increasingly difficult to fathom how such an intelligent person as yourself fails to recognize such obvious truths. Okay, perhaps I haven't given you a fair hearing. Maybe my own opinions got in the way. So go on then, you have my full attention. Teach me, Major. Well, that's more like it. He pulls himself up and fluffs out his fur. Gives him an air of self-importance. So much so that, in spite of my promise to be open-minded, I'm already feeling a bit irritated. You see, what you and the other pedestrian-minded inhabitants of this island will not do is look at the undeniable evidence that this species is the cause of all of our problems. The evidence being... Well, firstly, they have segregated themselves from us and created a ghetto where we have been made unwelcome. That is an act of hostility. I want to point out that they haven't created anything. They have always been there. They're practicing tact and diplomacy. Secondly, they carry the virus. Feline transitional gene. Quite. They are trying to infect everyone, make us all like them. And they will have their way too if we don't fight back. I bite my tongue and resist telling him that it is far more likely that they are not trying to infect anyone. They simply want to live and let live. They probably don't even understand the effect their body fluids have on other species. Thirdly, it should be obvious to everyone that they have made no attempts whatsoever to learn our language. If they were congenial towards us, they would surely have tried to communicate with us by now. I try to keep my voice amicable. Bleh. I know how frustrating it is when you can't make yourself understood, Major. Very frustrating. I'm glad you see that, Luke. At least I have one ally in all of this. Maybe now is the time to strike. You know what, Major? I'll bet with your superior intellect and my research skills, we might be able to find a way to learn their language. Look how smug Luke looks. I hold my breath. Why on earth would we want to do that? To communicate. Have you lost your mind, Luke? To say nothing of your sense of smell. Huh? I doubt they have anything worthwhile to communicate. They are no more to us than an insect under a microscope. Oh. Bleh. The smell, however, that is rather overpowering. Shall we call it a day here and go somewhere where the air is more pleasant for our lunch? I'm feeling very uncomfortable now, and I want to get away to think. Actually, Major, I have to get back. I'm on feeding duty today. If you like, I could put something by for you. Very well, I shall call by the mess tent later. As I make my way back to the camp, I can't help feeling I ought to have handled this differently. I wonder if honesty may have made more progress with Floof. Diplomacy just feels like pandering to him, really. Welp. Womp womp. It's all right. We went with diplomacy. We tried to hear him out. It's all right. Follicle miracle. It's time for some serious testing in the labs. I'm intrigued to see what kind of work the professor has up his sleeve. My stomach is queasy. I really don't want to do this. It's strange. I'm used to treating subjects with medication and injections, but something about this doesn't feel right. Hello, you. I smile at the gentle cat on the table in front of me. I look at the syringe in my hand. I turn to the professor. What are we testing for with these meds again? He looks up from his desk. Is there a problem, Luke? I've already told you, it's supposed to stimulate hair growth. Right, that's what we overheard them talking about, we overheard the professor on the phone. Why do we need to stimulate hair growth? Why, indeed. However, ours is not to question why, Luke. The likes of you and I perform the tasks set out by the people who pay our wages. Such is life, eh? The professor returns to his work, and I understand the conversation is over. I look back at the little cat. His name is Smokey. He's a Lycoid cat with very short, fine hair. A real sweetie. Looking up LaCoy right now. Aww! What a weird little cat! Yeah, this game is pretty recent. They're sometimes called werewolf cats. I can see that. Everyone go look up a LaCoy. I'll wait. Oh my god, the baby one. When they're babies, they have like no fur on their This one has like no fur on its face. Goodness gracious. I love them. Okay, we're good. We're everybody back? Let's go. As the professor is right, this is just my job, and although I feel terrible, I find a way to ignore the pangs of guilt and inject Smokey with the medication. He squeals, but it's over quickly, and he can return to his cage. How long does this usually take? The professor looks up again, slightly irritated. I don't know, Luke, but you're being paid to find that out, aren't you, my dear? Don't call me my dear. I ain't your dear, Professor Popper. Oh, yes, of course. I make a note of the time and observe the cat. Excuse me. After 5 minutes, there's no noticeable change. 10 minutes, still no change. After half an hour, I think I notice his hair looks a little different. But I suspect my eyes are playing tricks on me. One hour in, and all of a sudden I could see the hair is visibly longer and seems to be continuing to grow. I must say I'm very impressed and a little confused. I decided to take a tea break. Smokey seems content to nap for a while. Can I get you a cup of tea, Professor? The professor said the tea here tastes like cat pee. Oh no, I don't know how you can tolerate the foul stuff they brew up in the mess tent. I have my thermos of coffee here, thank you. Fair enough, I'll be back in a bit. This cat is going to be covered in hair when we get back. I've only been gone for 10 minutes at the most, but as I enter with my mug of tea, I instantly notice the drama taking place in Smokey's cage. I find it hard to stifle a laugh. Oh my goodness, Professor, have you seen this? The professor looks up, exasperated by another interruption, but then he notices the cage. Aww, it's got so much hair! Oh dear, well don't just stand there, Luke, get him out! I open the front of the cage and pull out the large hairball that Smokey has turned into. His fur tumbles over my arm as I cradle the bewildered cat. Well, I never! Very interesting, isn't it, Luke? I think it's still growing, Professor. I do believe you're right. Perhaps we should consider the clippers? The professor hands me a small set of silver electric clippers, and I immediately begin using them on the ever-expanding Smokey. I continue to shave for the next 15 minutes until he finally seems to run out of fur. My, that's a lot of hair! We both stand staring at the pile of fur at our feet. Just keep a small amount for testing and put the rest of it out back. Mara can dispose of it later. Mara? Mrs. Marigold. Excellent work today, Luke. Most interesting findings. Thank you, sir. Although the results had nothing to do with me, I'm left feeling a tad guilty about Smokey's ordeal. As I place him back in his cage, I check for any signs of trauma, and when satisfied he's okay, I awkwardly take my leave. Yes! New unlocks! Environmental research. Trixie has been telling me about a strange phenomenon in a nearby rock pool. I've decided it's probably worth checking out. He meows. I've taken some time off today so that Trixie can show me the water pools she's been telling me about. I have some sample bottles in my backpack, along with some food and a blanket. If it's nice, we can have a picnic lunch there. So these pools appear to be different colors? They don't appear to be, Humi. They are. Well, we can't prove that until we've tested them. Reflection, refraction, and dispersion can play some fancy tricks on the eye. Pooh to your testing! You take all the magic away, science person. It makes your world very dull, I think. Maybe you're right, Trixie. Let's wait and see what wonders you're going to show me, eh? That's right. This way. She's disappeared from sight. I run to the cliffside where she was walking, and looking over the edge, I can see that she's jumped onto a small rock shelf, about 4 meters down from where I'm stood. Huh. Come on, you can do it! Don't be a fraidy cat! I'm more concerned about how I will get back up again, actually. There are kind of steps further along, but this way is closer to the entrance. Not wanting to appear too much of a killjoy, I clamber over the edge and lower myself down, dropping the last few feet. Impressive! You're getting a feline spring in your step. If you say so. Luke, you're so tired looking. I worry I may have twisted my ankle, but I don't want to say anything. Follow me, Springy! She's disappeared again. It's like keeping up with a jackrabbit. Follow my voice! And suddenly an alarming sound is coming from between two rock faces. It's high-pitched, screeching, and very loud. I squeeze through the crevice and am in what looks like a cave without a ceiling. Trix, stop! The sound is so amplified in this enclosure, it has become deafening. Excuse me, I don't mean to yawn in your face. Sorry, Humi, but it feels so good. Have a try. What? Yell, shout, scream, sing at the top of your voice, loud as you can. Oh, really? I feel self-conscious, but I am dying to have a go. You only live once, and it's so fabulous! She makes the noise again, and this time I join in. The acoustics are something else. It's like an amphitheater. Eventually, we run out of steam, and I flop to the ground, exhausted, but exhilarated, too. After we've caught our breath, I'm ready to push onwards. We better get on if we don't want to be back too late. We're here! I'm surprised. I was expecting something more impressive, I suppose? I don't know, dude. That looks pretty impressive to me. This is the place? I look around, and for the first time I notice several small pools of water, not much larger than puddles, around the edges of the enclosure. Oh, I see. I bend down next to the nearest pool and see straight away that it is the deepest red. It looks like blood. Look at mine, like liquid sky. I cross the opposite side where Trixie is sitting, and sure enough, there is the clearest, richest blue water. And melted emeralds. Again, I follow her to another pool, as green as spring foliage. Then another of deepest purple, one of orange, yellow, pink. Well, it certainly is as amazing as you said, Trix. How strange that they are all so different. What's causing it? It has to be a trick of the light. Put your hand in! Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea. There could be any number of bacteria making this happen. Best not to touch it until we're sure it's safe. I've done it lots! It's fine! I glanced over and sure enough, she has her furry little paws in the golden-colored water. Somewhat reassured, I scoop some of the blue water up and sniff it. It smells wonderful, as though it has been perfumed. What is that smell? It's weirdly familiar. I take out my bottles and begin collecting the waters. My theory about the light is blown when they line the little bottles up together and they each retain their original hue. Something is dyeing this water. I can't wait to get back to the lab and run some tests. We can go back the easy way if you like. Follow me. We head back along the rock shelf and go past the spot we jumped down on the way here. Further along there is an ascent, just as Trixie had said, but I would hardly call it steps. Someone has clearly tried to make a trail here, but it's all a bit rough and ready. Further along still, I can make out a large empty metal drum. It's rusted, obviously discarded some time ago. I get a closer look and see that there's a tap near the base of the remains of a label. Oh, and the remains of a label, but I can barely make out the words. I take a picture of it with my catalog to decipher later. The perfume I smelled in the cave seems to be stronger here. I am very intrigued. Trixie couldn't be less interested in all of this. She's happily skipping ahead looking for a good picnic spot for us. I'll have to be patient with my investigations. There are waves crashing. The sound is so loud I can't make myself be heard, but I still scream to the laugh craft that's moving away from the sinking ship. I'm going down with this ship. I'm being thrashed against the sides of an old wooden vessel. This isn't right. The ship looks wrong. A cat's face looms close to mine. Everything is wrong. All of it. Ah, Cat Luke. Which cat are you? But the words come out of my mouth as mewling, and I realize I am not myself. I'm some kind of beast. Suddenly I'm flying. I'm in the claws of some enormous bird. The beating wings are deafening. I look down to see the ground approaching really fast. You can drop through the break. What does that mean? What break? What break? Breakfast, rise and shine. I have no mouth and I must meow. I don't think we have any other recon tasks. Time for more romance! We're at 25% for the antidote. Quarter of the way there. I get the feeling we're going to have to politely turn down Major if he expresses amorous intent towards us. We've been walking for ages, Major. I don't have much longer before they'll expect me back. Almost there! Needs to be as close to the danger zone as possible to deter snoopers. If Few cats and even fewer humans come this far out, which ensures that my deposits are safe. Deposits? I don't think we really had a disagreement resulting in reconciliation. I don't think we handled that as well as we could have. But anyway. This is an act of trust, you understand. I believe that our recent disagreement and resulting reconciliation has made our bond of camaraderie stronger than ever, and I would like to solidify our reunion with the sharing of something quite private and important to me. I feel slightly awkward and mumble incoherently in response. Yes, well, what's past is past, water under the bridge and all that. I'm delighted, though, that you've reviewed and modified some of your stronger opinions, Major. Updated your map, so to speak. Indeed. Though, for the record, I'm still uneasy about the Mew elders, but I grant that finding a way to speak with them might provide more insight than I'd assumed. Well, we really are now on the same page now, Major. You come to a halt. I can smell the pungent scent of the elder cats. I've not been this close to them since that first night, and it makes me uncomfortable, but I feel surprisingly reassured to be with Floofy. This is it. We must be completely silent now, so you will have to cease that unattractive sound you're making. I'm out of breath, Major. I can't help it. What I'm about to show you has taken a long time and a lot of effort on my part. If anyone else should get wind of its whereabouts, or even its existence... Yes, okay, Major, I get it. I swear that most prestigious of pinky promises that I will not utter a word to anyone about whatever I see today. Fluffybutt seems satisfied and makes an effort to straighten himself out before motioning towards a large tree. Ahem! This, my dear, is my treasure. Oh, my goodness. What a, handsome tree you have there, Major. Very tall and proud looking. Congratulations. Oh, for goodness sake, come over here. Floofybutt leads me around the enormous tree to its hidden side, which has a large hollow in it that looks like it leads into a tunnel. Good God, man! Are you digging an escape route out of here? What on earth are you twittering about? Use your eyes more and your mouth less, my dear. I noticed then that hidden in the dark recess of the tree is the outline of a large object which my eyes won't allow me to see clearly. What is it, Major? Don't be shy, Luke! Get in there and have a proper look! I have no choice but to crawl into the cavity for closer inspection. I run my fingers over the item. I decide that it is made out of old splintering wood and has cold metal dormants on either side. I use them to drag it out of the tree, and in the half-light I'm somewhat unsurprised to see that it is an old-fashioned treasure chest. I would expect nothing less from the Major. Floofybutt is looking at me expectantly. Well, open it, my dear. Dear, you needn't worry about the lock, it's quite broken. I do as instructed. Oh, my giddy aunt. Major, how on earth? The chest is full to the brim with all sorts of shiny things. Jewelry, gems, coins, trinkets, ornaments, baubles, and all manner of curios. Floofybutt lets out a low laugh. Allow me to regale you, human, with my vast adventures and conquests. I settle down and allow the Major's voice to wash over me as I play with some of the items of frippery from the chest. I guess the phrase is a thing. Hi, Boogie. Ah, that coin you're holding. There's a very interesting story attached to that. Oh, my giddy aunt. Ah. Do you know how old it is, Luke? I do believe the date on it should still be legible. I remember the night I found it. I'd gone for a walk along the beach. It was blustery and dark. I feel for the first time how exhausted I am. The walk has sapped me of all my energy. As I fought with the elements. I look ahead and notice the sky is much darker. I'm laying down, although I don't remember doing so. Valiant and victorious to thunderous applause. Oh, we don't actually get to hear his story. This sucks. I hear a low grumbling sound. Thunder? And a flashing behind my now closed eyes. It truly is a dark and stormy Thursday night. Surely it's a storm, but there is no rain. That's odd. No wet. Just warm and dry and hard to breathe. And I bellowed defiantly, "You cannot have them!" But the Muellers were already encircling. I should really get up now. Oh, it seems my eyes won't open. That's a pity. As I bit into the still beating heart. I do believe I'm paralyzed. That is a shame. Is he having a heart attack? He might be having a heart attack. I try to move my fingers. Nope, they're not listening to me. Purrfect. Wake up! We've got to get you out of here this instant. Up you get! That's it, come on. We're very close to the danger zone. So I imagine that we're feeling the effects of it. It's very British. I do believe I'm paralyzed. That is a shame. It is probably one of the most British things that this game has done so far. Can we date this cat? We can! Oh, you mean Purrfect? Unfortunately, no. Probably not. I want to date this cosmic horror cat. Yeah. As I come to, the world looks dark and distorted. I must be walking because trees are passing my line of vision. My hands hurt. I look down at them, and they are pressed firmly to the earth, one moving in front of the other. I must be crawling? Purrfect sounds like the Swedish chef. It does kind of sound like the Swedish chef. I don't know how much time has passed, but I wake up on the sand. I inspect my blistering hands. Purrfect is sitting next to me, facing the sea. Today you learned the English Kirby Right Back At Ya theme is in Donkey Konga. Incredible! I did not know that. I'm doing all right. How are you? Yeah, we're kind of high on well, I don't know actually what we're high on, but we're under the effects of the danger zone. I suspect. Did I dream all that? Oh, you're awake. No, I'm afraid you weren't dreaming. What happened? It was my fault. I took you too close to the danger zone, and in your current state, you couldn't handle it. I'm glad you're feeling better. My parents have been sick all week, as well. My dad was sick, has been sick since a few days ago, and Mom got sick starting yesterday. If they're not doing better by tomorrow, they're going to call the doctor. My dad thought it was food poisoning at first, but I don't know. I'll be right back, gang. I need to get some beverage. Oh, speaking of my parents, though, my mom wanted to tell you all hello. Oh, there's that. I'll be right back. Remember to stay hydrated, everyone. Whoops. I'll pass on the messages to them. In my current state? Your feline transition is still in its early stages. It seems to be progressing particularly slowly in you. So I'm still very vulnerable to the effects of the Elder territory. You put me in danger! No, it's fine, Floofy Butt. Don't worry about it. Quiet, I was foolish. I didn't think. I was too interested in myself, my stories, my treasure, to protect you properly. Please forgive me. Oh, it's okay, Major. Don't upset yourself. I had a lot of fun up until the whole blackout thing. Fluffy Butt looks genuinely pleased. Really? I have been told I am a very good raconteur. One of the best. How much did you hear? I'm sorry. How many of my anecdotes did you hear before you succumbed? I'd be happy to repeat anything you missed. Oh, no, really, Major. I'm fairly certain I heard them all. Well, if you're quite sure... I am, and besides, I think I have a migraine coming on. Well, in that case, you must allow me to nurse you until you are fully recovered. Okay, Major, it's a deal. Major? Yes? Why do I have earrings in my hair? I had to pelt you with jewelry to get you to wake up. Ah, of course. If you don't mind, Major, I think I need to get back to sleep. I lay back down in the warm sand and curl into a ball. Ah. Can you still hear me? Are we good? I tried to mute myself when I sneezed, but I don't know if it actually unmuted. I mean, it went back to... I don't think it muted me. I don't think I did it in time. Yeah. There are a bunch of weirdos out there that that will take streamers, especially female streamers, sneezes and make weird clip compilations of them And like, look, I'm not here to kink shame, but doing that without people's permission is gross and wrong. Yeah. I've been meaning to tell Maury that, too. I'll be here when you wake up. I drift off and dream that I'm a cat. Right? Please just let ladies be. I wonder what Luke will look like as a cat. I've rushed out to the forest on Floofybutt's insistence that I meet him at the location of his treasure chest. After the incident, we called on McMurphy and Kibbles to help us drag it to a new spot, further away from Elder territory. Major, are you okay? I was in the middle of preparing lunch when I received your urgent summons. Quite! I was pawing through my collection just now and couldn't help but reflect upon some of our adventures. Oh, so you dragged me away from the kitchen to reminisce? Indeed! I have grown rather fond of our expeditions together. I do seem to find more unique articles when you accompany me. Hi, Obi! What can I do for you, my boy? Major, you interrupted tea time! This is unforgivable! Come here! You want up? He seems to be considering it. Up? Alright, that's a good boy. You've trained me well, Major. Any advancement I've made in the treasure hunting field is entirely thanks to you. Obi, I can't see. Obi, I can't see. Boop, 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 boop. Move your floofy butt so I can see floofy butt. Yes, I mean, no. You have a natural ability. Rather impressive. You flatter me, Major. Not at all. I'm a fair cat, and it is my belief that good work deserves just reward. Reward? Indeed, and so I felt it would only be right to let you keep an item from my inventory so that you may start a collection of your own. That's too kind of you, Major. I'm touched. Oh my gosh, Obi is standing on the keyboard and typing into the... Yeah, see, he just sent a message from the IRC client. Courtesy of Obi. I love that he even sent it himself. Yes, well, let's have a look, shall we? You may choose whatever you like, my dear. Absolutely anything. I peer into Floofybutt's treasure chest. All the gems and bits of precious metal sparkle and glint in the sunlight. I gently move some of the more bijou trinkets out of the way and dig deep for the good stuff. Wow! I grasp a red gem almost the size of my fist. I wonder if it's a ruby, but before I can begin to examine it, Floofybutt has swiped it away with his paw. Bijou is in there? Let her out! Yes, he's trying to communicate with a fellow orange boy. No idea what that is doing in there. I think I see how this is going to go. Anything else, Luke? Whatever you like. How about this? I untangled a string of pearl, creamy and iridescent, clearly very good quality even to my untrained eye. Fluffy looks uncomfortable. Yes, they are rather special, aren't they? I do have a particular fondness for them. I let him off the hook as my eye catches sight of something dull and cheap looking. Major, what on earth is this? The filthy bottle sticks out like a sore thumb among the shiny baubles Floofy usually likes to collect. Oh, that! Heavens, I forgot all about that thing. It might suit you. If you shake it, you will hear something rattling about in there. I do believe it contains a note or a script of some kind. He's selling it to me. Silly, really. I did get it into my head to find a way to open that bottle, but the cork is wedged in tight. I choose this to start my collection, Major. Really? That old thing? But I could tell he's absolutely delighted. Yes, and I have an idea how to open it. Go on. You have my attention. I whip off my apron and loosely wrap it around the bottle, then smash it unceremoniously against the side of the tree. What the heck? Good gracious, Luke, how lively of you. This tree is now seaworthy. A sea tree. I have a feeling the real treasure is this. I carefully picked the parchment from amongst the shards of glass and cast a cursory eye over the faded scribbles. A genuine message in a bottle. This could fill in so many blanks about the history of this place. A piece of paper? Oh, Major, this is not just a piece of paper. This is better than anything I could have hoped for. Well, if that's what you deem to be treasure, then please be my guest. Thank you so much, Major. I grinned from ear to ear. I must go now, though. I'm late for lunch duty. I excitedly kissed Floofy Butt on his furry head before dashing back to base. Woo! A kiss! How forward! Alright, the message in the bottle. It must take incredible fortitude to not kiss and pet all these cats all the time, right? The ink is surprisingly well preserved. The only obstacle to my understanding of this letter is deciphering the scrawling scribble. Some of the words I can make out. Punished, God, and presumably the signature at the bottom, Bill. I can make out some other words, but they appear to be badly misspelled, or possibly not even English, but some other hybrid language, maybe colloquial? I spend an hour or two, though it feels much longer, attempting to translate each character and syllable into my notepad. I obsessively write and rewrite words until a sentence takes shape, and I am, eventually, left with something quite legible. Once I am satisfied that each word is correct and each sentence has meaning, I read it through from beginning to end. To whoever finds this bottled message, we have been cursed. We be judged for our sins. We wrecked on the rocks. I couldn't tell you where we be, but I think it is hell. The cats, they are everywhere, and they won't forgive us. They know what we done. My guts burn for food. I had no choice. I had to eat. I regret it now. God help me, I do. Now I am cursed, and the boys are too. The cats are eating us slowly from the inside. It burns more than hunger. It burns me rotten. They stare at me all the time with their yellow eyes. They know what we done. They are getting retribution. Justice. God help me, I pray for death. If you find yourself in the path of this infinite island, turn back. Don't do what we done. Leave them. This is their island. I need my little Lucy to know I love her. I am so sorry, Petal. Bill. I read it again, and then again. But it seems the more I read it, the less it makes sense to me. I wonder if reading aloud might help me understand, like at school. We have been cursed. We be judged for our sins. We wrecked on the rocks. So their ship crashed and they survived. I'm not sure if they're very lucky or very unlucky. The cats won't forgive us. I had to eat. I had no choice. My skin prickles with goosebumps. Who knows what lengths anyone might go to in order to survive. I'm sure I'm capable of a lot more than I'd like to believe, set here in the comfort of my tent, but this? My stomach turned at the thought of it. I think I understand what Bill means, but the next part is less clear, and still more disturbing. They're eating us from the inside. Like food poisoning? Thought of that is bad enough. I've eaten a few dodgy prawns in my time. I shudder at the memory, but I can't help thinking he means something else. Something worse. Surely the place Bill is talking about is here, this island. The Infinite Island? I've never heard anyone refer to this place as the Infinite Island before. Most people call it Cat Island, or the Valorian Island, formerly. Perhaps this crew were the first humans to set foot in this place. How long have the cats been here, anyway? This letter seems to be at least 100 years old, and the cats were pretty well established then, by the sound of things. The cats in this note must be the elders. I suddenly feel another pang of sympathy for Bill and the crew. I know how frightening the elders can be. I decide not to tell Fluffybutt about the contents of his gift. It would only add to his paranoia. I instead promise myself that I will look into this further another time. Alright, time to let Fluffybutt down. Oh wait, I guess we need to rest first. Man, we're having a lot more scenes this time when we rest. We only had like one scene with Rosemary. I've decided to catch up on some rest and relaxation like the professor keeps telling me to do, so I've come down to the jetty where Zane usually sits. Today isn't a delivery day, and as I was hoping, he's nowhere in sight. I sit with my legs dangling over the edge and take out my sketchbooks and pencils. I haven't done this in ages. It's so peaceful. I can get lost in my own little world when I'm drawing. I've tried doing a couple of landscapes, the mountain range in the distance, the trees of the forest, but nothing is really grabbing me. Then, as I'm daydreaming, staring at the water, I notice the patterns that the ripples form on the surface. They're unusual, I suppose because of the magnetic pull. The effect is beautiful. I end up sitting for over an hour just trying to capture it on my page. I'm taking a late stroll along the beach, walking off my dinner when I spot a familiar shape in the distance. Major? He begins slinking away, but I'm sure he must have heard me. Hey, wait! Slowly but stops, but makes no move towards me. Oh, Luke, I was just enjoying this lovely evening. It's dark and stormy. Man! What's up? Oh, sorry, my Ramune bottle just fell. For those playing along at home, my stream on-air message, my going live message for Twitch this time was that it was a dark and stormy Thursday night. Is everything okay? He seems very distracted. Yes, all in good order. I haven't seen you for a while. A paranoid person might think they were being avoided. Well, it's a good thing that you're not paranoid then, isn't it? I suppose so. There's an awkward silence. Well, must be getting on. Mice to catch, you know. There aren't any mice here, Major. Just a turn of phrase, Luke, but I'm sure you have things to be getting on with. Actually, I have some time if you'd care to stroll together. The Ginger Tom shifts uncomfortably. Actually, I have other plans. Really? He's not forthcoming with the details, and just as I suspect he's making up excuses, I hear a long yowling sound coming from the direction of the forest. Then, to my surprise, Floofybutt lets out a similar call, and his demeanor changes. Sorry, Luke, I really must go. Oh, I see. The penny finally drops, and I realize he has a date with another cat. I feel rather embarrassed. Why, Major? I'm pleased for you. Really? Of course! I must say, I'm glad to have your blessing, Luke. I believe you and I have become good chums over the time we've spent together here. I rather think you would like my new companion. They are so forward-thinking, and they always endeavor to challenge my lazy prejudices. I think you'd approve. I do, Major. It sounds like you found a real catch. I notice a slight feeling of regret rise within me, but try to muster up a smile. Thank you, Luke. You're a good friend. But his eyes are focused on where the sound came from, and I could tell he's itching to go. He's already taken! This is like that route in Love Plus, where you find out at the end of the game that like one of them already has a has a boyfriend already. I rather think I will. And off he darts, moving faster than I've ever seen him move before. I stand still for a moment, watching the place he's disappeared to, and I feel a wave of utter loneliness wash over me. Man, there wasn't even an option for romance this time. Alright. It's cool. I'm alright with this. no! Poor Socks doesn't seem to be getting any better. Time to put my veterinary training to the test. We will never get to pat his fluffy butt. I'm worried about Socks. None of the treatments so far seem to be clearing up his wound. Cleaning the area with saline solution seemed to do the trick at first, but after a few days the site got too sore to touch even with a soft cotton pad. Not seeing any positive results, I decided to swallow my doubts and use cream 116. I'm worried that I should have stuck with my gut feeling and not used the cream because now it's even worse and I've exhausted my options. How best to proceed? I decided to ask the professor for his advice. Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I need your advice on Socks. Send pic, please. I snap a picture of my catalog and send it to the professor. Yes, that does look nasty. Have you tried cream 116? Stage 1 protocol was used first, cleaning it with saline solution, etc. But I've tried the cream since, still inflamed. Persevere with the cream. Takes a while, but will pay off. I feel doubtful, but resign myself to the professor's seniority. Well, it's just like, Snooty Booty said, like, she, was talking about that cream that she found for us that made us develop hives, but after the hives disappeared, we had radiant skin underneath. If unsatisfied, try steroid formula in fridge, red bag. I rummage around in the fridge until I find the red bag behind a box of vitamin supplements. Got it. Thank you for your help, sir. Milk? What milk? Was the steroid cream like actual cream? And like not like a lotion? I sit with him as he laps it up and keep an eye on him for a while. After about an hour, I'm satisfied that he's sleeping happily and all his vital stats are normal. Time to become a cat! I'm sitting on my bunk looking around at the empty tent that has been my home for the past 8 weeks. It's astonishing how much rubbish you can accumulate in such a short period of time. It's taken me hours, but I finally sorted everything out and have my bag packed. In some ways, I wish I was staying, but I know if I'm going to make any more progress on the antidote, I need expert help, the kind I can only get on the mainland. So it's time to head out. There's just one last thing left to do. Or maybe we will make it out, but I suspect we're going to turn into a cat. I make my way back to where Fluffy Butt and I have been spent so much time together. I was hoping I would find him here, nosing through his collections of treasures and artifacts. The hollowed-out tree looks almost sad, neglected. I remain a safe distance to avoid the effects of the danger zone, but even from this far, I get the feeling the Major hasn't been here for a while. I'm gutted. I wanted to say goodbye in person. Major, are you here? When I'm satisfied he's nowhere around, I take out a small pillow I've made from one of my t-shirts. It doesn't seem a lot, but I put so much effort into making it. I stitched our names in a little heart, and I drew some seagulls around the edges and stuffed it with catnip. I thought he might appreciate a bit of comfort with his advancing years. I only hope Snooty Booty doesn't get her claws into it. Aww. I place it at the foot of the mighty tree under a couple of palm leaves and make my way to the dock without looking back. Joe, the strange boy who runs the ferry with his dad Bob, is waiting on the jetty. I guess we aren't gonna turn into a cat this one. Wild. You're almost late! I'm not in the mood for his nonsense today. I feel miserable. But I'm not though, am I, Joe? Almost late is not late. Something got your goat? I ignore him and make my way onto the boat. Aww. Then, just as we begin navigating our way out of the open water, something on the land catches my eye. I can just make out the shape of a fluffy orange blob waving from the end of the jetty. Oh my goodness! Aww! How dare this game make me want to cry! And I wave back frantically. Someone come to see you off? Yes, it's the Major! Bye, Major! It's been an adventure! I can't see no one. You going a bit mental? Look, just there! The ball of orange! The tomcat! Joe's gone very quiet, and when I glance at him, he's eyeing me suspiciously. Oh, that's a shame. What? Dad! Something wrong, son? This one's sick. I don't understand. I'm fine. Bob appears from the driver's cabin. That's all right, son. You go take care of the steering wheel. Good lad. Can't a man and a cat share a bond? Joe does as he's told, leaving Bob and I face to face. Is there something wrong, Bob? I'm afraid there is. It's not personal. I happen to like you. Is Bob going to murder us? And dump our body in the ocean? Are you about to die? He's reached into his pocket and is aiming something that looks like a pistol at me. I laugh nervously. This must be some kind of prank. It's just, we can't have you going back to the mainland and infecting normal people, can we? But before I can answer, everything goes black. Oh, we only had one successful date. That's why, apparently, it's complicated with Floofy Butt. Major letdown is the ending. I want to see the other endings. We did eat the seagull! We did! We actually picked the option to eat the seagull. Like, I think that was our one successful date. I thought we were doing pretty well. I mean, I know we didn't stand up to him that one time, but the other ones I thought went well. We should have eaten the whole seagull, you're right. Alright, time for a new research. How is this research assistant going to get our notes? If Luke got offed, how are his notes going to reach us? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Who are we now? No! Too soon! Too soon, game! Sally, Peter, Tim, Warren. Luke too. Luke the second. Warren? What do you think, gang? We can keep trying. Barry? Drake? I just noticed that this one has freckles too. Yes! Oliver. Oliver. It was a long boat journey. My legs are a bit wobbly as I make my way up the wooden jetty to meet the security guard who has come to collect me. ID. I arm and fat my bag until I find the laminated security pass I was issued with on the mainland. So it is now 2 months later. Or 3 months later? Yeah, 3 months later, I think. Maybe 2? I can't remember. Come on then, follow me. I have to walk at quite a pace to keep up with him. This game does like freckles, and I appreciate that, as a freckle enjoyer myself. He's not the social type, so we trek along in silence until we're in camp and outside a large tent. He's waiting for you in there. Glad to have you on board, Oliver. Shall we just go through a few formalities and then call it a day so that you can get some rest before you start work properly tomorrow? Sounds good to me, sir. So first, shall we have a little refreshment? We can't even take the coffee offer, the coffer, as it will. I'm parched. Do you have any water? There are natural springs all over the island, but we have the bottled kind too. A bottle of water would be great. I'm not too keen to start drinking from natural water sources until I'm sure that they're not being used as cat urinals. Yeah, the drink responses seem to differ every time. Or at least they're different this time. I don't know if they were different the second time, but they're definitely different this chapter. We spend the next hour going through my kit, all typical stuff apart from my super gadget. It is called a catalog, and it does all sort of swanky things. Even plays music. I like how we're learning the different personalities of each chapter's character. Like, each one has their own unique vibe. I meet some of the local cats and learn how to scan them with it, which was a lot of fun. Finally, I'm shown to my tent and settle in for the night. While I'm unpacking, I find something very interesting under my bed. It's the personal journal of the previous research assistant, the one before me. As I read, I begin to discover that there is a lot more going on here than I was told about. It's hard to believe this stuff is true. Maybe the last researcher was prone to flights of fancy? Still, it makes great bedtime story material, and I stay up reading it until my eyelids begin to close. In spite of my best efforts to read to the end, I drift into a deep sleep. I wake with a start. I can hear the rustling of paper coming from the tent flap. It's a cat with something in its mouth. It has the journal. Wait! But it has run off into the night. I'm chasing the cat at full speed into the forest. I must get that book back. It has everything I need to know in it. I start feeling woozy, and I realize too late that I've strayed into the danger zone. I'm going to be sick. I close my eyes tight and drop to my knees. I open my eyes. A calico cat is standing in front of me. It drops the journal from its mouth. I pass out. So we don't get to see Rosemary this time around. Hello, can you hear me? Are you okay? Here we go again. Move back a bit, let them breathe. Has it been bitten? The Sphinx cat is staring over me, staring as I open my eyes. It's definitely bitten. Look at its hand. Is this real? I saw something in the journal about kidnapping. Catnapping! Yeah! We're sorry. It was the only way. My head has begun to clear, and I realize that if I could talk to these cats, not only is it all true, but it's already too late. I have the sickness. We need to have a talk, human. No, we don't. I know what's going on. I've got the sickness. That's why I can hear you. What happens now? That rather depends on you, human. I'm kind of curious to see what happens if we say don't help the kitties, but, I gotta help the kitties, right? Of course I am. You need my help and I need yours if I'm going to find an antidote. Spoken like a true champion. Well, let's hope it's third time lucky. That should be more than likely. Unfortunately, the last one didn't get very far with discovering what happened to our friends. And they didn't make an antidote either. I think, with their notes to build on, I'm going to crack this. Well, I promise to give it my best shot at least. Hurrah! They made a good splash though. Hey! Respect. Jolly good show! Oh, but right now I have to get to work. Here we go! The mysterious no contact message. Loose lips sink ships. I remember reading something about messages in the journal, but I was so sleepy last night I don't recall what it was. I decided to ignore the mystery messenger for now, or I'll be late for work. The professor is already working when I arrive, but I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I get through the day as efficiently as possible and head back to my tent as soon as my work is done. I want to get to grips with finding out all I can as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Ha! Oh yeah, the important letters they mentioned. Yeah, we're making good progress on the antidote. I feel like we've been neglecting McMurphy, but... Oh, they shot Luke. The guy on Bob shot Luke. Luke dead. I know, right? But yeah, they were like, we can't have you going back to the mainland and infecting other people. Luke is sleeping with the fishes, which is good because he's now a cat. Alright. I can't do the accent, but we'll see what's up with it, McMurphy. Kara, wake up! Mommy? Is that you? Shh, quiet, Kara. Come with me. I have something to show you, but you have to be quiet. McMurphy? Yes, it's me. But it's the middle of the night. Bye, Boogie. Have a good rest of the workday. Ah, Kara, you're not scared, are ya? Why would I be scared? Creeping around in the forest in the middle of the night. Don't worry, Kara. I'll be there to protect you. McMurphy, you know very well that there's a force field around this island, stopping anyone from the outside getting in. It makes this a pretty safe place. Indeed. So the only things you have to worry about are the things that are already here. He leers at me with a mock snarl. Seriously, Murph, if you're the worst threat here, then this is the safest place on Earth. If there aren't mice on the island, how did Major even know about them? That's a good question. Maybe cat instinct? So come on, Kara, what are you waiting for? I follow the scraggy cat into the forest. The ground is wet and muddy, and I lose my footing a couple of times, but McMurphy is too determined to notice. Suddenly, he stops dead in his tracks. Here we are! Where is here, McMurphy? He ignores my question and starts digging into some mud and leaves on the ground. Almost got it. Could use a hand, Kara, if you don't mind. Get these leaves out of the way. That's it. Here we go. Okay? We keep digging until there's a fairly deep hole in the ground. My arms and nightclothes are covered in mud and leaves, and McMurphy looks like a bog monster in the darkness. Ta-da! Ta-da! Can't you see it, Kara? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Ah, I always forget how useless human eyes are in the dark. Just reach into the hole and take out whatever you find. I reluctantly reach into the burrow and feel something hard and cold against my hand. I wrap my fingers around it and pull it out. I know the shape, but my eyes can hardly process it. It's a bottle? That's right, Kara. This is my secret stash. No one knows about it, not a soul, but I thought I'd share it with you. Thought we could have a kind of welcome to the island party for two. Secret stash? Is this booze? McMurphy lets out a wild laugh. That it is, Kara! Why is this cat drinking? You drink alcohol? But you're a cat. That can't be good for your body. Ah, it's not good for anybody's, but it does wonders for the soul, to be sure. Well, I suppose you're right there, McMurphy. I guess one little nip couldn't hurt. Look at Oliver's face. That's the spirit. I try in vain to get some of the mud off of me before giving up and sitting down against a tree. A sodden McMurphy curls up in my lap. It takes a while to uncork the bottle. McMurphy keeps telling me to smash it open, and that the shards of glass will only add to the flavor, but eventually I succeed, my way. I pour a little out from McMurphy onto a leaf, and I self-consciously swig from the bottle, feeling a touch uncivilized. Ugh, McMurphy, what in heaven's name is this? Ah, now, don't worry about that, Kara. It's not about the taste, it's about the company. Look at that smug-ass cat. I hardly think I'm the type of person you usually hang around with. Well, I usually hang around with cats, and they're not exactly what you'd call my type. I respond by widening my eyes as I take another swig from the bottle. Somehow it tastes less terrible the second time around. I find humans much more interesting. They usually have a lot to say, present company accepted. McMurphy winks at me with his huge green eyes, and I blush, trying desperately not to show how boring I feel compared to him. Don't take it harsh. I'm only joking, Kara. McMurphy, I've been meaning to ask you something for a while now. Anything, Kara. Ask away. I'd love for us to get to know each other better. This Kara thing. You know my name is... The rest of my sentence is drowned out by McMurphy's howls of laughter. Ah, you make me laugh, Kara. You really do. I know exactly what your name is, Oliver. Kara is just, it's like a pet name, you know? Kara means friend, buddy, amigo. It's something my mammy used to call people, and I guess it just stuck. It's one of the few things I remember about her, actually. That and her beautiful smile. Hey, flash me your pearly whites. McMurphy, did you used to be a person? I smiled at McMurphy awkwardly. He burst into fits of laughter again. Ah, that's a lovely smile to be sure, but you need to grow into it yet. What is this drunken face? Could I have a top-up over here? I don't know if I feel comfortable giving you more alcohol, McMurphy. I think you've had more than enough. In fact, I didn't even want to give you any in the first place. Did you not know that cats have 9 lives? And you want to waste them all on booze? Kenpai! feel like if we try to cut him off, he's not going to take well to it. I mean, what the hell? If the cat wants to drink alcohol, let the cat drink alcohol, I guess. Part of me thinks I ought to be a responsible human here and cut off your alcohol supply, but I believe in a true democracy. Would you care to expand on that, and perhaps pour the drinks as you do? The true democratic principle that none shall have power over the people. Cats. Whatever. How inspirational! I'll toast to that. Alright, McMurphy, but on your head be it. For with the rejection of authority comes the responsibility for bearing the consequences of your action. I pour some more of the suspect liquor into McMurphy's soggy leaf. I don't know how you say that. Slime tea. I'm sure that's not how that's pronounced. I don't know how things work in cat protocol, but in human terms, you are a very mature... No, wait. Very grown-up... adult... Oh, fiddlesticks. You're over a certain age, and as such can take responsibility for your own choices. I like it! Spoken like a true libertine! Well, I wouldn't go that far. But I could shake my tail when I feel the vibe. I can't believe I just said that. This stuff is stronger than it looks. My proverbial hat is off to you. I feel disproportionately pleased that Murph has paid me a compliment. Say, Kara, you ever been in love? McMurphy, that second leaf has gone straight to your head. The cat smiles slyly. I'm going to take that as a yes. Are you still with them? Well, I was never technically with them to begin with. Ouch! Well, it's definitely their loss. Oh, I don't think so, McMurphy. We never actually met. Ah, you're not saying you're one of those, internet stalker types, are you? Them catfish that Kibbles tells tales of. No, McMurphy! Gosh. It was Bowie, okay? I was in love with David Bowie. You know? McMurray frowns and shakes his furry head. You're both drunk as shit! See those eyes so green I could stare for 1,000 years, you know? Sorry, I don't know that. I don't know enough Bowie to be able to sing that to you. That's a charming song, but I'm afraid I have no idea what's going on anymore. Oh, come on, McMurphy. Everyone knows who David Bowie is. Red hair, lots of makeup, one blue eye, one brown eye. Well, I did know one sweet soul with a blue eye and a brown eye, but I can assure you they wouldn't be caught dead in makeup. McMurphy snorts. Well, what about you, McMurphy? Who's the love of your life? Don't have one, Kara. Never have. Never will. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a free agent. I'm a big old yeti out in the mountains, all hairy and smelly and alone. For some reason, I find that very hard to believe, Mr. Murphy. Fine, you're right. I'm a fool, a lovesick fool. I've had my heart broken more than once, Kara, and each time hurt more than the last, I tell ya. The thing is, though, Kara, I can't remember a thing about any of them. Any of what? I don't know. What were we talking about? David Bowie? Ah, that's right. So tell me how the two of you met. McMurphy, I think I'm drunk. What the hell have we been drinking? Ah, leave me alone. I haven't touched a drop. I think I'm gonna vom. I wake up in the forest with a half-empty bottle in my hand, and McMurphy is nowhere to be seen. How the hell did I get here? I can't remember a thing. I look at my catalog. Whoa, is that really the time? Crikey, I need to get to work. I should probably call it a night here. But thanks so much for joining me. Oops, that's the Halloween one. No, don't want that. There we go. Alright, you can check out the next episode in the top right, see some more things you might like in the bottom right, and subscribe over on the left. If you're watching on Twitch, you can't do any of those things, but you can give me a follow, and I'd appreciate it a lot. I'm almost at 50 subscribers, or followers, people who get notifications about my streams. Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks! You can check us out live on Twitch on Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central. We'd be happy to have you. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. I will see you on Saturday for more Princess Maker 5. Good night!